what we're going to focus on today is all about photography. Now, there are people watching this that you're going to fall under two categories. Number one, you have got the budget or the resources to hire a professional photographer to come and take your pictures, or you may fall under the other category where you haven't got the budget. You know, you've spent a lot of money doing all of the other things, so you're going to have to look at making the most of it yourself with the equipment that you have. And so what we're hopefully going to do today in this podcast, in this interview, is work out how you can still get the benefits and what the sort of questions you should be asking, what the things that you should be doing. Doesn't matter on what scale you are, doesn't matter on what on budget. So we really want to be helping everybody that tunes into this, because it's an important one, because as we're going to uncover during this episode, the best way of making that first impression, the best way of really standing out is going to be your photography, specifically when you're going to be listing on these listing sites, because you haven't got the ability to write the most amazing copy. You haven't got the ability to do all the things. One thing you do got the ability of to have amazing pictures. So what's the biggest mistake that you see other short stay accommodation owners make when taking photos of their properties?
So the biggest mistake is composition and the angle that people are taking them. The big thing is your photos are conveying subconscious type of messages to your guest. And one of the big things is how straight your walls are. Have you ever thought about walls are security? And when your walls are straight and firm, people can feel more secure. If you're taking a photo and it's angled like this, I mean, I'm not talking about starting at the top and looking down. I'm talking about cockeyed sideways. If it's sideways, then they're getting a crick in their neck as they're trying to figure out what it looks like, and they don't feel secure. They can't trust you so much, because if you're not taking care in making sure your photo's straight, then how much care are you going to take about them? You really need to think about what those messages are you're saying with your photos. So the first one is making sure your photos are straight. But the other big thing too is light. A lot of people will go in and be like, okay, we're done. I got the beds made. Everything's ready to go. I want photos. Oh, yeah, kind of got dark outside. Oh, well, no big deal. Let's take photos anyway. You know, some people can pull that off, but generally, no. Worst time to take photos. Absolutely. The best time to take photos is at lunchtime. When you're hungry, when it's noon, when the sun is at the very peak, it's at the height, it's bright outside, it's great, and you open up windows and let natural light in.
I like that. Composition and lighting. And I think those are two very key things. Now, if anybody wants to go and find out more about those topics in a bit more in depth, have you got anywhere online that you've sort of spoke about this a little bit more that you can maybe reference people to go afterwards?
I do, absolutely. If you go to my website, TyannMarcink.com, you go to ebooks. There's a free ebook, and then there's a step one ebook, and then there's an ebook totally geared towards someone with a professional camera. Then there's also my press page, which has all kinds of articles that I've written over the last 7 years, published on different blogs and websites and things like that. And then if you really want to get into it, I've got a video course as well that just literally follows me on a photo shoot.